Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Cyclone Scuttlebutt. I'm Tommy, this is Randy. We cover Iowa State sports for the Des Moines Register, and today we're getting you ready for Iowa State at Kansas. Randy, this is a game that Iowa State should win pretty easily, right?
14-point favorite, everything on the line for Iowa State. I mean, so many goals the rest of the season. Yeah, this is a game, but they don't want to go into this thing lightly.
Sure.
I mean, everybody's making a big deal about Kansas's turnover thing, which Iowa State matches that turnover per turnover pretty much. Nonetheless, it's a big deal for Kansas. It's how they've got no offense. So that's how they've won games, is to been in it with turnovers, by getting turnovers. So yeah, Iowa State can't poo-poo this game. They got to treat it just like it's Oklahoma.
You mentioned a lot on the line for Iowa State. Iowa State now in the rankings for the college football playoffs. Not going to the college football playoffs, but Iowa State could be going to the Big 12 championship game. How do they get there?
They win out. I mean, simple. The easy part is just win out, which would include beating Texas, and then that would be Texas' second loss, and then Iowa State's got the tiebreaker over everybody else, but Oklahoma's got to win out too, which would mean Oklahoma beating West Virginia, and Iowa State holds the tiebreaker against West Virginia. So that's the way Iowa State gets to that thing. And the players were talking about it a little bit yesterday. A couple of them even without even being asked specifically, they were talking about, we know what the goals are, we can get to places this program's never been, which technically that's right, although 1912, that was the last time they played in a championship game. So, and I wasn't even around then. So I don't think. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. What do you think? Who's going to be, for Iowa, let's not even talk about Kansas right now. For Iowa State, what's Iowa State have to do to win?
Against Kansas or get to the Big 12?
Against Kansas.
Against Kansas, just don't turn the ball over. Control the clock. Try to stop their running back, Williams. I mean, it's a very simple game plan. Look, the formula for success for Iowa State that's worked everywhere, control the clock, win the turnover margin, those type of things. You do that, you're going to be just fine. There's even some wiggle room for error when it comes to this game, but as long as you don't fall into that trap of going to Kansas and thinking, hey, this is a game Iowa State's going to win easily, you should be just fine. You're
right about the wiggle room. There is some wiggle room in this game. Iowa State at Kansas, 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. Tommy and I will both be there. So for now, for the Des Moines Register and DesMoinesRegister.com, he's Tommy Birch and I'm Randy Peterson.